See, I had a half sister lived over there. Well, where you cross the river to go up over the mountain to Lick Run.
Okay, they called that maybe McElwain Hollow or something like that?
McElwain.
Yeah.
Roy McElwain. It used to be a footbridge or whatever after you went off the hill from the Lick Run side.
All right.
Right there where you crossed about that curve, they used to live in that little house on the right of that curve where you go down to go to the cemetery, Ware Cemetery.
Okay.
Right there in that, the Hollow River side.
Oh, okay. So it was after you came out of that McElwain Hollow, there was a footbridge, you crossed the river.
Yeah. And they lived right in that curve.
Okay.
You went down there and went around this curve and down and on up down to that
Coger Cemetery.
Coger Cemetery.
Oh.
I went over there and we'd go fishing down the river. And
that's when there used to be fish in that river. There ain't no fish there anymore, sadly. Tom and Eunice Carpenter, that are buried in that little cemetery on your dad's old property there, had 64 grandchildren.
64.
And there's only one of the 64 living. Do you know who that is? You. It's you. You're it.
There was an Arlie Simmons, and he used to live over there with House and Store with Irene House for a long time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Did you know Jasper Newton Carpenter?
That was my half brother.
Right. Okay. Now you knew Powers Channel, obviously.
Oh yeah, he was.
Now, did you know your half sister Laura? Do you have any memory of her?
Oh yeah.
Did she die when you were young?
Yeah, I don't remember just how old, but anyway.
It says she died.
I remember her.
She died in '32, so that would have made you about 7. All right. And then the last one, the one that you started with, was Ella Lee, that married Roy McElwain.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know any of your dad's brothers or sisters? Did you ever run into any of them?
Well, I think he had a brother, Will Carpenter.
William Denard Carpenter, that's right. And I'll tell you some of the kids you might have known. Burns Carpenter?
Burns, yeah. I worked with him a lot in the woods.
Okay.
Cutting pulpwood.
Okay.
Cut pulpwood.
Okay, so you were actually out in the woods cutting trees.
Yes.
How did you cut them?
Well, we chopped a notch in them and took a cross-cut saw and sawed them off.
Okay.
Then measured them, cut them into blocks.
And then how did they get to a mill? Did someone else come along with horses or something and take them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, they had down Brake Mountain down there a ways. There used to be a level-like place. And they brought the poles or trees down out of the holler out there on that place and cut them up and stacked them in stacks.
Okay.
And somebody come and got them, I reckon, with a truck or something. I don't know how they got them out of there. Came in, I don't remember, from over, down Blue Removal down there someplace. There was a place where he came to begin with. Then he got that property over there where he lived.
Did he live on?
Built that house.
Okay.
I reckon that chimney.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about your dad?
Yeah, I'm talking
right.
about my dad.
Ballard Carpenter.
Yeah, he used to live on Miller Mountain.
Miller Mountain, that's exactly right. I've done the research on that. Apparently he had a farm up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Can you see that picture?
He's just about blind in my eyes.
Looks like Manuel and Desi.
It is. Now, you told me when I first came in that there were times that you actually come over in the Guardian, right? You walked over the hill?
Oh, yeah.
Why did you come over there? What was the reason?
I had to go get the mail.
You had to get the mail and removal?
Dad's mail come to removal. Or somebody else, I don't remember now for sure. But anyway, I know one time, must have been back in when Roosevelt run for president.
Okay.
They come over there and persuaded Dad to go vote. And he was walking with a cane then. But we went down there and up over the hill by Bob Pools and down off the river and up to the voting place there and removal. And I don't know, there was a George Williams and Johnny Crow, and I don't know, a whole bunch of them went over there that day. Some of them got drunk. Some of them went skidded, going back off the Lick Run.
Yeah.
I was just young, and I partly got scared at the situation. But anyway, they gave him a bag of flour
To vote.
and I had to carry that thing home.
Oh my. You know, people complain about having to drive 5 minutes to go to vote
Yeah.
versus you having to climb over a whole mountain and
Whole
then
mountain
up the
and
river.
Up the river. Well, after we moved out of there, I had to go to the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And after I spent time in the Marine Corps and come back, I took my mother and took care of her, I think 25 or 26 years. And,
Now, where did you live with her at?
well, we lived in the Will Carpenter place
Okay.
over in the holler, down on the Cowger hillside.
Right. Okay.
And we lived up on the hill in the Burns Carpenter place, and I don't know
Okay.
whether it's the same one or not.
All right.
But anyway, when I was drafted, I stayed the night before I got on the train and left at Newton Heights,
Okay.
up by the hospital in a holler up there,
Over in Webster Springs.
over in Webster Springs.
Okay. I mean, because he lived down below your dad's property there in the hollow. Was he just a farmer?
Well, he was a farmer and he was a blacksmith,
Okay.
and he used to work on wagons, put spokes in the wheels and this, that, and the other.
All right. Well, it says he lived up to 1976, so you would have known him a good long time then.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, lived down there on Lick Run there for a long time, and right there at the foot of the hill we go up over and go over to the Holly River.
Yeah.
In the bottom there. Had a pretty nice bottom on the upper side on the upper end of his property. And
Okay, the last time I asked you about your dad, you remember he was a stonemason?
yeah,
And you think he built that chimney at the house, right?
I think so.
Okay. Did he just do general farming in addition? Or
Yeah,
was there anything else that you remember your dad doing?
not a thing.
Okay.
We owned that farm over there. He had an apple orchard and meadows that he mowed grass, and he kept a cow or two, some sheep, and most of the time he sheared the sheep in the spring and sold wool.
Okay.
And
Did he raise a garden there on that property?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it used to be, well, the house that's here, and used to be a place over there where the garden, and down over the side was a potato patch, and cross over again the hill, he had a cornfield, And yeah, usually when you dug the coal, you dug across the floor, then took it down up to that slate rock.
Yeah.
Then you busted that slate rock down, took it out of the way, then went up and got the rest of the coal on the top.
I can't imagine doing that, as dangerous as that had to be, breaking that rock like that.
Yeah. But it was, now the top part of the mine was soft coal. It was easy dug, but the bottom was a hard
Yeah.